When you're in that creative mindset and working on a new project, do you find yourself lyrically, artistically, conceptually in a different lane or thinking about things in a different way when you are doing a project like, the one you have coming out with Shady, God Don't Make Mistakes, or, something like La Machina when you, kind of just dropped it out of the blue and, just kind of went straight from point A to point B and it's purely in Griselda's hands and you're in full control of it from front to back?
Hmm. No, I mean, actually, man, my mind state is just like, just putting on, just going hard, you know what I'm saying, and just showcasing my talent and doing what I do. There's never really no difference in anything I make. Like I put the same energy and effort into the shape the any of my other projects that I put into the Shady project. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like I'm always like trying to outdo myself. I'm one of them guys that's like everything I do, the next shit I do, I want to outdo myself. You know what I'm saying? And I be mad at myself when like, you know, if I feel like, because I really don't care what nobody think. Is how I feel. If I feel like okay, I could have did a little better. I could have, that ain't hard as the last one. You know, it kind of be like all right, let me get back in the studio. It'd be a motivator. So to answer your question of mine, the 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 mental state is the same. Like I'm just going in the studio to kill shit. Period. You know what I'm saying?
On the new record, you said on a track in less than 2 years, you accomplished all your goals. If that is the case for the next 2 to 5 years, like what are your eyes sort of set on in terms of what you want to accomplish artistically or where you might want to be albums or numbers wise?
I mean, album wise and numbers wise, I mean, I'm definitely not done. Recording music and putting out projects and albums and shit. But so I definitely would like to see. Like I said, I want to do better. I want to outdo myself every time. So like, you know, I would love to be, shit number one on all the charts and all that shit and do the numbers and have the success of, a lot of the bigger artists. That's definitely, something that man, I would love. That would be like a bonus and a cherry on top. You know what I'm saying? But my mental state right now is just making sure that I get, my label, Drumwork Music Group off the ground and, my artists get them get them doing what they need to do, get they shit off, you know what I'm saying? J Skis, Love the James, Shots Almighty, and so on and et cetera. I got a couple of guys who, and ladies who they just super hungry and they just, they ready. So we're gonna be dropping their shit all summer long and getting everybody introduced and familiar with them. And that's really just my next 2 to 5 year goal is just being one of the most talked about and, you know, beloved record labels and companies in the industry in the game right now. You know what
Well,
I'm saying?
with those releases that you were just talking about, is that like a venture totally outside of what you're doing with Griselda?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
my thing. You know what I'm saying? That's no ties with Griselda. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, but we still are family though. So you know
Yeah,
what I'm
yeah, yeah.
saying? But
Well,
this is just what I'm doing.
well,
This is my own thing, my own
between that
mission.
and between Griselda, like how much would you say your creative energy, like week to week, month to month, is going to, putting out your own stuff and honing your own craft, but then also,
Can I hear some weed?
but then also,
I'm listening.
also just like running these labels and, as you were just saying, like trying to get other talent out there that you think is like worth listening to.
I mean, it's a challenge. It's new to me and it's a challenge. You know what I'm saying? I didn't. This is all new to me. I never had artists. I just want to smoke something. I never had really artists and people like that. Just what I'm saying. I had to you know work with hands on or just I never had really no other obligations or no other missions outside of my own artistry. So it's definitely a challenge, but doing it. But it's like these niggas that I'm working with, man. These artists I'm working with is just so they just super talented. They good. They can do this shit on their own. It ain't no. They don't really need me to hold their hand. They don't really need me for nothing, really. You know what I'm saying? But they just push the button and just have their back and just be in their corners. And that's the beauty of it and the blessing of it. You know what I'm saying? So it's not that hard, but that is the challenge of it, still being Conway the machine, but also still, facilitating, and doing my obligations that need to be done with with the label and the brand. And it's a challenge, and I'm up for it. I accept it. I like it.
Thank you very much for watching this interview clip over on TND Streams. To see the full interview, click on the video link next to my head or down below, or hit up the link to subscribe to the channel or see our Patreon page to support what we do and get some extra bonus monthly content in the process. Anthony Fantano, forever.